start with the fourth part of laws of motion. It is a little big chapter, though we need to complete in bits and pieces so that you can understand it very well. We had covered the laws of motions in the last class. Now today we are going to read whatever is given to us in our textbook. So let's start with it. Okay. So let's start with the first law of motion, that is the balance and the unbalanced force, which is talking about the inertia. You must have played tug of war. So how long as the forces applied by both the sides are equal, that is balanced, the center of the rope is static in spite of the applying the force. So whenever there is a balanced force, there are four people, strong four people on this side and strong four people on this side also, having the same potential or same force of pulling the tug, the rope. Okay, so they are able to pull that rope with the same power, same force, then it will be a balanced force, right? So balanced force will then actually not make any difference because the rope will be static and it will be at the same place only. It will not move here and there. So on the other hand, when the applied force becomes unequal, then when there is an unequal force, then it is said to be unbalanced force. A net force called gets applied in the direction of the greater force. Okay. So if I say there is a boy named Nishant, he is standing here, he is applying 10 newtons of force towards the left hand side, and there is 15 Newton, 15 Newton girl standing here with the force of 15 Newton, that is rhythm, who is pulling towards the right. Now, when the forces are not balanced, okay, when the forces are not balanced, then the rope will move towards the right, towards the rhythm. The rope will move towards the right. Okay, so if I say when this is happening, then it is said to be unbalanced force. Means these forces are not balanced. Okay, no partialities between boys and girls. It's just an hypothetical example. Okay, let's continue. So we say that the net force get applied in the direction of the greater force, and the center of the rope shifts in that direction. That we all know that. I already explained you, right? An object continues to remain at rest or at any state of uniform motion along a straight line until and unless an external unbalanced force acts on it, is called as inertia. External force, that is inertia, जो act on हो रहा है उसके ऊपर inertia पे कुछ act on हो रहा है force, that is inertia. So if this is there, then only it is said to be uh, then only it is said to be that the object remains at rest when there is no external force that is being applied. But if there is a unbalanced force, if there is a push or a pull from some side, then it is said to move from that position. So that is called as Newton's first law of motion. We have already seen that in the last. That is of a golf ball and a golfer. When the golfer just hits the ball, then only the ball will move. Until and unless the ball will be steady because the forces are balanced around it. Okay. So when an object is at rest, uniform motion along the straight line. The object is at rest, तभी straight line में motion रहे. It does not mean that no force is acting on it. It does not mean that there is no force. There is gravitational force, there is air resistance force that has been applied. So there are many forces, but they are all balanced. So that is why they are nullified. Okay. Actually, there are a number of forces acting on it, but they cancel one another, so the net force is zero. I understand. I just made it right now only. It nullifies each other. Means gravitational force नीचे से pull कर रहा है, वो इंसान अगर कोई चल रहा है तो नीचे से वो gravitation pull उसको pull कर रहा है, but whereas air resistance है वो ऊपर pull कर रहा है. So दोनों भी pulls जो होते हैं उसकी वजह से एक दूसरे को balance कर देते हैं, दोनों same रहते हैं, उसके लिए दोनों balance हो जाते हैं, and the net force becomes zero. Newton's first law explains the phenomena of inertia. Very important. That is the inability of an object to change its state of motion on its own. मतलब खुद से कोई ऑब्जेक्ट अपनी मोशन को चेंज नहीं कर सकता है until and unless कोई एक्सटर्नल फोर्स नहीं आ जाए, तो उसको क्या बोला जाता है? इनर्शिया. This is very very important. Make sure you give 5 stars over here because that important it is. So there can be a question, what do you mean by inertia? And there can be a question, explain the first law of motion. Then you have to write these bold lines. And if it is asked, explain inertia, then this line you have to write for inertia. I hope it is clear till now. It also explains the unbalanced force which causes a change in the state of an object at rest or in uniform motion. Also add on to it, one more add on to it, that is from here till the end line, that is external force when acted upon, then it is said to be having uniform motion. All instances of inertia are the examples of फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ मोशन. कोई भी इनर्शिया का ऑब्जेक्ट है, मतलब रेस्ट पे है और फिर मूव किए, कुछ भी, कोई भी एग्जाम्पल रहा, एनी एग्जाम्पल, इफ इट इज ऑन रेस्ट एंड देन इट इज मूविंग by any external force, then it is an example of inertia, which is an example of Newton's first law of motion. I hope it is clear to you. It's very important. Moving to the second law, the effect of an object striking another object depends upon both uh, depends upon depends upon the masses of the former object and its velocity. It depends on what? It on the masses and the velocity of the object. This means that the effect of the force. This means the effect of the force depends on the property related to the mass and the velocity. Which is the property related to mass and velocity? Acceleration of the striking object. The property was termed as momentum by Newton. Acha, before acceleration was discovered, momentum was the word that was discovered. We say na, the swing is in momentum now. It is continuously moving in the same direction. तो एक मोमेंटम आ गया, अभी पता लग गया कैसे थ्रो करना है, कैसे बैडमिंटन से बैडमिंटन को हिट करना है. दैट इज ऑल मोमेंटम. ओके, सो न्यूटन ने ये डिस्क्राइब किया था मोमेंटम. फिर बाद में एक्सेलरेशन पिक्चर में आया, तो वो एक्सेलरेशन के जैसे एड ऑन हुआ था, बट फर्स्ट इट वाज मोमेंटम. तो तुम्हारा F इज इक्वल्स टू ma कहां से आया? इधर से आया. आई विल शो यू राइट. Momentum is the product of masses of velocity of an object, that is p. Momentum को हमने लेटर क्या दिया है? p, कैपिटल P. और उसने क्या बोला? प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द masses. So it said what? Product of the masses. So it will be mass into velocity. That is the product. Okay. So it is saying mass, the product of the mass and the velocity. That is what it is given here. The rate of change of momentum. Now what do we have to find? The rate of change of momentum. Whenever you are learning things, that time you will get the answer in it only. So please make sure you are very attentive here. The rate. Rate मतलब क्या आ गया वहां पर? Rate कहीं पर भी आया मतलब you just have to बाजू में write t, that is time. Rate means time. The rate of change of momentum मतलब change of momentum आया, मतलब final momentum minus the initial momentum. Correct? Final momentum minus the initial momentum, the change in the momentum is proportional to the applied force, and the change in the momentum occurs in the direction of the force. Proportional to the applied force matlab kya? When the force will increase, the change in momentum will also increase. Means it is directly proportional. अगर इनवर्सली बोला जाता था मतलब एक बढ़ा और एक घटा. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर टू यू ऑल. It is directly proportional to this, is proportional to the applied force and will occur in the same direction of the force. जो direction में force जाएगा वही direction में change of momentum भी जाएगा. Suppose an object of mass m has an initial velocity of u. when the force F is applied, the direction of the velocity for the time t, the velocity becomes v. मतलब उन्होंने बोला there is one object which has a mass m, initial velocity u, for the time that is t, then it changes to v. This u, initial velocity, which changes to v, that is means the final velocity आ गया. अच्छा, now what will we do? What is the formula? The initial momentum का formula क्या है? What is the formula of momentum? It is mass into v. For now, the first initial one. We are talking about the initial, so it will be u, correct? Now we are talking about the final, then it will be mv. This will be mu. So if I say, when I have to write it here, wait. mv minus mu upon t, because what is it given? Rate of change of momentum. Can you see this change of momentum? It is happening here. Yes. So in that case, what will be the answer? If I say m common है, बाहर निकाल सकते हैं. Can we write m bracket v minus u upon the whole t? Can we write this? Yes, we can write this. Now, can you see what is the formula for acceleration? It is rate of change of velocity. V minus u upon t. Now, अगर हम ये पूरे चीज को इधर से हटा दे और सिर्फ उधर ये लिख दे, ये वैल्यू को, एक्सेलरेशन को, तो क्या हम ये लिख सकते हैं m इंटू a? a मतलब तो ये पूरा वही हो गया ना, v minus u upon t. Same. When it is same, we can write the whole alphabet here. So in that case, we found out f is equals to ma. और एक चीज आ गया था इधर, k constant. I will explain you right now, but before that, I hope this much is clear to you. Okay. See, look here. So this is how you found out ma. Now, according to Newton's second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force. जब भी proportionality आती है, तो when we write proportional, चलो, I'll explain you here. Before I give you any example directly, let me explain you this. If A is proportional to B, okay, A is proportional to B, so A is equals to K, that is K is constant, into B. A is inversely proportional to B. Inversely मतलब क्या? A बढ़ेगा तो B कम होगा, और B बढ़ेगा तो A कम. That is inversely proportional to B. तो ये जो 1 है वो भी K constant ही है. So when we will write it as A is equals to K upon B. बट इधर क्या दिया? ये सेकेंड लॉ के हिसाब से क्या है? डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है. सो वी आर गोइंग टू यूज दिस वन. So you all have to write this inversely proportional also and directly proportional also. So pause the video and write this. Write there here, directly proportional. And in the next one you write here inversely proportional. So first draw this and then write this. I hope this is clear to you all. So if we have to do this, F is directly proportional to ma, that is change in momentum. Correct? It is directly proportional to change in momentum. So we can directly write F equals to K m a. So K is constant, so it will have a value of 1. So we don't write this K, because it is always 1. So anything multiplied by 1 is the same value. So we will always write as follows. Final equation would be F is equals to ma. अब समझा एम ए कैसे आया तुम्हारा, एफ इज इक्वल्स टू एम ए कैसे आया. आई होप दिस इज ऑल क्लियर टू यू ऑल. द होल थिंग विल गो ट्वाइस in your notebook. I hope it is all clear to you. What will go twice from here, from the momentum to F is equals to ma, will go twice as your homework. I hope my point is clear. Consider the two objects having different masses with initially at rest. The initial momentum for both is zero. Suppose F acts on time t on the object, the lighter object starts moving faster than the heavier object. However, from the formula, we know that the rate of change of momentum, that is the F, is both in both the object is same, and the total change in their momentum will also be same. That is Ft. Thus, we can say that same force is applied on the different object. The change in momentum is same. Okay, force different object का different हो सकता है, but change in momentum कभी कभार same हो सकता है. I hope this is all clear to you. Okay, so Newton, this is the SI unit Newton that I already discussed already. Force का क्या है SI unit, that is Newton. So please make sure you know this. Then CGS में if you want to find it out, it is dyne. Okay, dyne, D-Y-N-E, dyne. Okay, moving to the third law, that every action of force has an equal and an opposite reaction of force which acts simultaneously. Very, very important. Okay, so if you have learned the last equations or the laws for the Newton's law, 3 laws, if you have learned from the PPT, it works. It is okay, completely okay. But if you have not learned, please learn it here from the textbook. Okay. However, in nature, force cannot act alone. Force is reciprocal to the action between the two objects. Force are always applied in pairs. When one object applies a force on the other object, the latter object also simultaneously applies the force on the former object. The latter and former मतलब जो भी दो ऑब्जेक्ट के बीच में जो पहले अप्लाई करता है वो फॉर्मल बोला जाता है, और जो बाद में वाला करता है उसको लैटर बोला. Between the two objects are always equal and opposite. The idea is to express the Newton's third law of motion. The force applied by the first object is called as the action force, while the force applied by the second object is called as the reaction force, which is important. So here it is simple. किसी को तुम मारोगे वो तुमको वापस आके मारने ही वाला से. Reaction has an equal and an opposite reaction. Or else we can say, if I am pushing the car, or we can say brake को press कर रही हूँ, तो I am pressing the brake towards the right, but the car is moving towards the left. वो स्टॉप होने के लिए पीछे ब्रेक लगेगा. पहले हम लोग पीछे वाले व्हीकल्स पे, पीछे वाले व्हील्स पे लगेगा, एंड देन वो आगे वाले व्हील्स पे लगेगा. सो इन दैट केस इट इज every action has an equal and an opposite reaction. Action and reaction as terms. रॉकेट का एग्जांपल लिया था हमने कल, तो इट वाज वेरी इजी. नीचे से फोर्स अप्लाई किया, ऊपर वो पुल करके उसको लेके गया. Even your Diwali rockets are also the same. When you light it up, that time your whatever the crackers are there in that, the explosion happens. So when it is burned, the pressure goes down and the rocket goes up, and then it goes to anybody's house. Okay, so action and reaction are the terms that expresses the force. These force act in pair. One force cannot exert it by itself. एक force खुद का ही force एक खुद पे ये exert नहीं कर सकते. There has to be some other object, and then it can act the force on it. Action and the reaction force act simultaneously. Action and reaction force acts on the different object. They do not act on the same object and hence cannot cancel each other. ये एक्शन एंड रिएक्शन हो रहा है, मतलब अभी क्या हो रहा है, ये एक्शन क्या किया हमने, नीचे हमारा रॉकेट का एग्जांपल लिया, तो व्हाट आर वी डूइंग, वी आर अप्लाइंग फोर्स टुवर्ड्स द ग्राउंड, बट व्हाट इज द रिएक्शन, इट इज गोइंग अवे फ्रॉम द ग्राउंड. दैट इज द रिएक्शन दैट इट इज गिविंग. इट इज नॉट द एक्शन दैट वी आर डूइंग. हम लोग ऊपर नहीं उसको ऐसे पुश ऊपर नहीं कर रहे, वी आर नॉट डूइंग दैट. We are pushing it down. We are putting the full force down, and then the force is getting bombarded, and then it is going upstream. This goes 2 times in your homework. These 4 points goes 2 times in your homework. One more good example here, which can come in your exam, which I will prepare short examples I can put. Hitting a ball with a bat, the speed of the bat decreases. When you are hitting the ball and the ball, when the ball hits the bat, slowly and slowly the bat speed decreases. You might have definitely tested it if you might have played cricket. जब भी हम लोग स्विंग लेते हैं तो वो स्विंग तक हम लोग फुल फोर्स में जाते हैं, एज सुन एज वो बॉल टच होता है वो डिक्रीज हो जाता है उसका. सेकेंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, गन रिकॉइल्स. गन रिकॉइल्स मतलब क्या, whenever you are shooting, if you have seen an AK-47 in an army force जो भी रहता है, they recoil the gun. पहले वो लोग लोड करते हैं and then they unload it. Unload मतलब वो गन शूट हो गया, अभी फायर बुलेट बाहर निकल गया. If you have seen, when the fire bullet goes straight, the push towards the shoulder is much more higher. तो ये गन पीछे आता है and the bullet goes far away. Recoil, जब गन रिकॉइल होती है, moves backward when the bullet is fired. Mechanism of firing a rocket. These 3 examples are extremely important. These will go 3 times in your notebooks. I hope everything is clear till now. Okay. Now we have completed Newton's first law, second law, third law of motion. We were doing these laws of motion, equations of motion. They are very easy and simple. If you understand quickly, then you will be able to understand. The relation between velocity and time graph. This is the relationship between the displacement and time. This is the relation between the displacement and velocity. What is it? V is equals to U plus AT. Acha, here there is a different way of telling it by the means of this graph. You can do it with the means of the graph also, as well as you can do it directly with what I say right now. You can directly say like this. Acceleration ka formula is what? V is equals to, I hope you are repeating with me, V is equals to V minus U upon T. Correct? This is the formula. If we have to find the value for V को सब्जेक्ट बनाना है, तो क्या करेंगे हम, T को उधर लेके जाएंगे, we'll take the T over that side, so it will become AT is equals to V minus U. I hope this is clear to you all. Now V को इधर ही रखना है, AT है इधर, AT को बाद में, ये U को वहां पर डालना है. So when it is minus here, what it will be going that side, it will be plus. So this is so definitely plus only already. So we are just writing as it is. ये यहां से शिफ्ट हुआ तो वो प्लस हो गया, तो U plus AT. So can you see we have derived this first one, relation between velocity and time. Okay, I hope this is clear to you all. Velocity and time. जब भी तुमको इक्वेशंस में वेलोसिटी दिया है और टाइम दिया है, या टाइम फाइंड आउट करना है, एक्सेलरेशन फाइंड आउट करना, तो यू कैन यूज दिस फॉर्मूला. व्हेन दीज वैल्यूज आर गिवन टू यू, देन ओनली यू कैन फाइंड आउट. अच्छा, इसमें से एक मिसिंग है तो अंडरस्टूड है, बट तुम्हारे पास टाइम है, तुम्हारे पास इनिशियल वेलोसिटी है, तुम्हारे पास एक्सेलरेशन है, You can use this formula. It is very simple. Understanding? So please pause this video and copy this down. Copy this down, please. Pause this video. Okay, I'm erasing it. Okay, इधर यहाँ पर वही मीन से बताया गया है, but it is shown in a graphical method. Okay, so first wala I will explain you with this method also. It is given U is OD. U is what? OD, this is U. Okay, final velocity, that is V, that is OC. Where is OC? Yes, here. From here till here, from here to here. So let me take another color pen for you. Let me take green. That is for OC. And blue for OD. Okay. This is OD. This is OC. Okay, did you understand this? This is U and this is V. I hope this is clear. The green line is V and the blue line is U. This is the time T. This is the time T. Okay. So acceleration is equals to final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. So OC minus OD upon T. Clear it now? Now we have to find CD. CD is what? CD is A, acceleration into time. How did they find this? See, I'll tell you. अगर मैं लिखूं A equals to OC minus OD upon T. T को यहां भेज दिया, क्या बन गया? AT. इधर से ये O कैंसल, क्या बचा? CD. यही लिखा है इधर. CD is equals to AT. I hope this is clear to you. Okay, so once this is done, draw a line parallel to y axis and x axis. क्या बोला? Draw a line parallel to y axis and x axis. Means कौन सा line? This line. This line. 1, 2, 3, 4. This line. Draw a line parallel. फिर draw a line parallel to x axis passing through D. तो कर दिया. This will cross O line with BE. ये line cross करना है, BE को cross कर दे. This is BE ना, so we have to cross it. ये cross कर. Now what happens at A? At A, this is the point A. A पे वो cross कर दिया. Now what happens? B is equals to CD plus, what is CD? This is CD. From here to here, that is CD. CD plus OD. अभी ये पूरा मतलब क्या कर दिया? B plus U. B plus U. So OD. Clear? I hope it is clear to you. So if we write CD, CD is equals to what? 80. So CD के बदले क्या लिख दे? यहाँ पर 80 लिख दे. And OD क्या है यहाँ पर? OD क्या है? U. So plus U. तो क्या हो गया फॉर्मूला? V रीअरेंज कर दिया, तो V इज इक्वल्स टू U प्लस A T. clearly sorted? I hope it is sorted. If not, please rewind it once again and look at it. बहुत easy है, not difficult. BE plus AB plus AE किया, यहाँ पर क्या किया? BE is equals to, ये पूरा लेंथ क्या है? तो उन्होंने बताया AB, किधर गया AB? AB plus AE. So they did this plus this. So that is what? OD. तो U हो गया यहाँ. I hope this is clear. I really hope this is clear. If any doubt, please ask me. Next question भी graphical mean से ही करना है. That's also very simple. We will cover it right up. क्या बोला question? Equation describing the relation between displacement and time. So now we are doing the second equation, that is this one. S is equals to ut plus half at square. Simple. अगर displacement और time है तभी ये formula use करने. When you have displacement and time, that time only you have to use it. When you have acceleration and time and you have to find displacement, you can use this formula. S is nothing but displacement. S is nothing but displacement. अभी क्या ले लिया उन्होंने? D O E P ये ले लिया. You have taken this. They said here quadriangle ये लिया. Quadriangle मतलब 4 sides वाला. 1 2 3 4. ओके, quadriangle लिया. अब ये quadriangle को लिया तो quadriangle का फॉर्मूला कैसा है? डिवाइड कर दिया 2 पार्ट्स में. दिस इज व्हाट? अ ट्राइंगल एंड दिस इज अ रेक्टेंगल. तो क्या हम एक ट्राइंगल का एरिया प्लस एक एरिया ऑफ और रेक्टेंगल कर सकते हैं क्वाड्रिएंगल के लिए? श्योरली वी कैन डू इट. सो एरिया ऑफ अ रेक्टेंगल इज व्हाट? ये क्या है यहाँ पर? ये u है. ये क्या है? u है. और ये क्या है? ये पूरा क्या दिया इधर? t. सो ये क्या हो गया? u इंटू t. एरिया ऑफ रेक्टेंगल क्या है? ut. समझ गया? इतना शॉर्ट है. नाउ area of a triangle, half into base into height. Simple. क्या है base? t बराबर. height क्या है? height क्या है? Here. This is the t that is short. Base is t and height is ab. ab बराबर. ab जो height है, क्या हम ये कंसिडर कर सकते हैं? यहाँ पर क्या मिला हमको? 80. cd क्या है यहाँ पर? cd क्या है? Let me explain. Let me explain this to you. Forget this. Right? Look at this. What is this? CD. CD क्या मिला हमको यहाँ पर? 80. अगर ये 80 है, if this is 80, what is the side parallel to it? अगर हम ये पूरा एक रेक्टेंगल देख रहे हैं तो दोनों पैरेलल साइड सेम रहेगी. ओके, एंड दिस TT विल बी सेम. तो अगर ये 80 है तो ये भी 80 ही रहेगा. करेक्ट. सो इट विल बी व्हाट? हाफ into height, that is 80. हाफ इंटू बेस करोगे तो भी चलेगा, हाफ इंटू 80 करोगे तो भी चलेगा. हाफ 80 into what is the base? That is the time. Okay, now when this time is done, what is the formula? यहाँ पर अब तक खत्म नहीं हुआ है. Now you have to add this. अच्छा एक मिस्टेक हो गया. My bad. Sorry. What is this? This is only U. मैंने UT क्यों गिना उसको? मैंने एरिया निकाल दिया. AE into O. बराबर कर रही हूँ. No. There is no mistake. This is correct. Absolutely correct. That is what I said. Now it is absolutely correct only. There is no mistake. Let me give you the final answer. It will be S is equals to, what is the area of the rectangle? That is UT plus half A. How many T? 2T. So you can write it like this. You can write it here only. I'll write it here. Don't write it as upper. Half AT square. Can you see this? This is absolutely correct. I've gone absolutely correct. There's no mistake here. First find the area of the rectangle, then find the area of the triangle. Add them both together, you will get the second equation for displacement. I hope this is clear. This is the displacement you found out for this area, this complete area. Second is also done, first is also done. Third is a little tricky, so we take a pause here, revise it all together, take a pause and write till here. Okay, we will do the third one in the next class because it will take a little time, or we should do it right now. Let's do it right now. It's easy. We'll make it easy. We'll make it easy. First, let me just erase this all. In this case, what do you have to do? Here you have to find the area of the trapezium. Now, what do you mean by area of the trapezium? Trapezium matlab parallel side. Sum of the parallel side multiplied with the distance between the parallels. Okay. So what is it? Sum of the parallel side. This is the trapezium. First of all, let me explain you this. First, make me highlight this. This is S is equals to half into, this is the area of the trapezium. This is the formula. Half into sum of the length of the parallel side into the distance between the parallel side. Matlab, I'll show you this. Half. It is actually like this. Write it like this besides it. Half into A plus B into height. Simple. A plus B is what? Parallel side ka addition. Parallel side ka addition. This is the trapezium. This is what? The trapezium. So ये हो गया हमारा parallel side. Sorry, this is the parallel side. This and this. Okay, this is the parallel side because this won't meet each other, right? ये कहीं पर भी नहीं मिलेंगे एक दूसरे को. So this is what? The parallel sides. Okay. So now let's move to the next part. यहाँ पर क्या बताना है? Now it is OD. Okay. OD, this one. OD, that is the parallel side. Half into OD plus BE. बराबर है. लिखेंगे इधर ही लिख देते हैं. Half into OD plus BE into हाइट क्या होगी हमारी? हाइट क्या होगी? OE. OE, this is the height. This is the height. So it is OE. I hope you write it with me, it will be better. OE. इतना समझ गया? Now, OD is what? U. OC is what? Pura. V. तो यहाँ पर ई बी क्या हो गया, वी। तो दिस साइड प्लस दिस साइड इज व्हाट, हाफ इंटू यू प्लस वी ब्रैकेट ओ ई क्या है, टी इंटू टी। आई होप इट इज क्लियर टिल नाउ। दिस इज व्हाट दे हैव डन। इतना स्टेप क्लियर हो गया। अभी what are we going to do now? We are going to use the formula of acceleration. We put here acceleration, and when we put acceleration you have to write t. t के जगह पे acceleration का formula डालना है। So हमको ये t हटा हटा देना है। यहाँ पर we don't want this t. So what will we put? What is the formula for acceleration? A is equals to v minus u upon t. अच्छा, तो ये t वहां पर चला गया और a यहाँ पर आ गया, तो what is the formula? v minus u upon a. This is the formula. Write like this only. After this step, write this step and then write into u plus v bracket close multiplied by v minus u upon a. यही लिखा है यहाँ पर भी उन्होंने। क्लियर है इतना? देखो सेम है। ओके, व्हेन यू हैव रिटन दिस, देखो अभी कॉमन कॉमन दिख रहा है, प्लस माइनस है, सिर्फ इतना है। सो व्हेन इट इज प्लस माइनस you have to use the formula that is a square. You are squaring on both the sides. You are doing what? Squaring on, नहीं, you are not squaring, leave it. Squaring on both the side भी नहीं कर रहे, चलो, we are not doing that. We are just writing s is equals to v plus u bracket close minus v minus u. Sorted? Now this 2 and this a is being multiplied. So we can write here below it 2a. Below upon 2a. Clear? Okay. Now इसको यहाँ पर लिखे गए, मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया। सो ये क्या हो जाएगा? 2as is equals to v plus u v minus u. I hope this is clear. हो गया इतना? Now when we open these brackets, I hope you might be knowing this. अगर नहीं पता है तो बता देती हूँ। ये इसके साथ भी मल्टीप्लाई होगा और ये इसके साथ भी मल्टीप्लाई होगा। So in that case it will be v square minus u square. क्यों? क्योंकि ये देखो, अगर let me take a whiteboard for you. We are writing this v bracket plus u v minus u. When we multiply this with this, then it will become v square. And when we multiply this with this, it becomes what? Here it is minus. When it gets multiplied, it becomes what? V minus vu. And when we have to multiply this, it is what? Here what is the sign? Plus. Plus vu minus what is here? U. Plus minus becomes minus, that is why u square. So it is what? At the end it is what? v square minus u square. ये तो कैंसिल हो गया ना, प्लस माइनस इज व्हाट? कैंसिल, माइनस। सो ये पूरा उड़ जाएगा। अगर ये पूरा उड़ गया तो व्हाट इज द रिमेनेंट? दिस इज द रिमेनेंट। Okay, I hope. Yes, I hope this. How did I get v square minus u square? So it will be as simple as that. So it will become v square को यहाँ पर रखना है, वो साइड पे u square को लेके जाएंगे. So it will become plus. So in that case u square plus हो जाएगा. प्लस यहाँ पर तो ये प्लस में ही था. So प्लस 2as फाइनल हो गया. Newton's third equation of motion, and it is done. And it is done. We will do uniform circular motion in the next class, and the solved examples and few examples more. So that is how we will wrap up. And there is one more topic that is about laws of conservation of momentum. We will do it in the next class. I hope these equations are very clear to you all. All these derivations will go 3 times in your homework. So derivation for all these 3 equations will go 3 times in your homework. So I hope this is clear to you all. Derivations means what? ये पूरा description यहाँ तक. This is called as derivation. Okay, so this all derivations will go 3 times, and these equations, alone equations, only equations you will write 10 times. How many times? Why am I stretching on it? Because 10th standard में भी ये use हो रहा है, but they are not giving you any description over there. So it is better if you learn all of this right now. So this will go 10 times in your homework. Only equations and derivation के साथ 3 times. I hope this is clear to you all. I am ending this here. Okay.